This is with the first coat of glue. You see how it fills in all the pores? That's what you want. So this has been sitting here for 20 minutes. And now I'm going to give it another coat, wait 5, and put it on there. So both of these got heavy coats for 20 minutes, that and this. 20 minutes. Doing it again for 5. Okay, I hope you could hear me. All right. This is what the testing I was doing. A 21 Accord Special SE. I don't even know why he said special. 2021 Honda Accord SE. Okay. Leatherseats.com, their ventilated kit. You see all the installs if you go to leatherseats.com. You see all their installs on the bigger trucks, like a Silverado and an F-150, things like that. This one here is a Honda Accord. I'm going to experiment.
I made a
obviously
mistake.
With the driver's side seat first.
It's the passenger side seat first.
You know, they have those
I stand
pads.
corrected.
So the pad will be here. It'll stop here. I'm going to eliminate this and stop here. So your butt area will be AC. And then the back, they're saying I can get away with not using this and this. Listings or whatever the hell they want to call it. This is into the foam. They're saying we can get away without it. Okay, we'll see what happens. But there were a couple of unknowns here. When I called them up, they're like, okay, you have perforated seats. Fantastic. Oh, let's clear the air here. I want, for me, you know, you could say, hey, upgrade the car, go get a touring and, you know, put it to bed. You got ventilated seats. Okay. Like I said, I got a 21. If I wanted to make that move, that's $5,000. At least $5,000. I lose $5,000. Whether you trade in, you buy a new one, and the fees and everything else, $5,000 minimum. I would say closer to $7,000. So we have a budget here. The kit was $850 for 2 seats, okay, plus a couple of incidentals. So my budget was $1,000, and I do it myself. Now the curveball came in is when they said, "Hey, are your seats really perforated?" And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, well, some companies tell you got perforated seats, but they're only dimpled. And I was like, oh, Jesus, you know, now what do I do? So I went on eBay and I bought a seat bottom, just the bottom. Okay, that's what's here. This is my experiment. Okay, first things first. Can you see through it? Yes, you can. Okay, so it's perforated. Fantastic. Okay, another thing you have to look out for. The foam. Okay, cut this away again, experimenting. This foam is closed cell, so the fan can't push the air through this foam. It's going to be pushing the air through this foam, which is, stand by. This was extra $40. I think that was included in the 8.5. Hold on. Yeah, I got cut off there. Okay. And included in that $850 was $40 or so for this foam. This is open cell or reticulated foam. So where you see white here, we're going to be black. Okay. Now remember, we were in I lost my train of thought. We were in budget mode, right? Okay, just so we know that. I went to an upholstery shop and I asked them, hey, I want to eliminate this white foam and shave this down or what have you. And what would it cost to sew in this thick foam? It's about 1/2 inch into this. Now remember, you got the part where you sit and your back, part where you sit with your back, so that's 4 items. The upholstery place wanted another $400 to do that. So that will put us way out of budget. Leatherseats.com recommends to sew it in. And I asked about gluing, and they were basically, you know what, we never tried because we sew here, but if you get a good strong cement. Okay, 2 coats of this, it's insane. I did a test spot here, okay, because it glues to here. Okay, so we're gonna glue all the way around. Okay. I'm doing this one-handed. I should do it too, but yeah, I get it. I'm picking this up. Okay. I'm telling you right now, when you pull on this, the foam will rip before it gets detached here. So this is strong. The foam will rip before it rips here. Well, how did that happen? Okay. You put your cement on one side of the fabric, which is this gray area. You put your cement there, 1 coat. Put your cement on this edge. Okay? You wait 20 minutes, because what it is it's absorbing everything. Okay, you wait 20 minutes, then you come back, and then you glue it again. Another coat of glue here, and another coat of glue over here, and then you hold it together here and let it sit for 24 hours. It is the strongest hold. I watched a YouTube video of a person using this stuff. Basically 1 coat contact cement. It would, they weighed items down, it was 15 pounds. They did the 2 coats like I did here, and the pull apart on leather was 45 pounds. So again, 2 coats and we should be fine. All right, that's first. Then we were looking here. Okay, remember, we're eliminating this, which is this one. Okay, because otherwise you can't break the pad in 2. So the pad's got to be 1. So we're gonna cut the, after we remove the phone, I'll probably video it for you. We're gonna cut this, and then maybe we're gonna grind it down a little bit. You want this lip as low as you can. Up here where it wasn't touched, I guess you can't see it, but it's pretty high, you know, so you gotta cut all that way, and then we're gonna shave it down with the air grinder. And then we did some testing, like, oh, you see a whole lot of sewing. What's going on here? Is that an issue? Is that an issue? No, we took it all apart. There's only 1 stitch here. And I cut it on purpose. It's here. You see my finger? Yeah. There's only 1 stitch there. I mean, you see the white, but that white stitch is for the foam. And this other felt stuff. It had nothing to do with the leather itself. So there's 1 stitch under here. Okay, and that's it. So we're gonna grind it down. We preserved, sorry with the phone. If you open this up, you can see the 1 stitch that's left. Okay, and we're just gonna grind this down. This is maybe 1/4 of an inch. Okay, and then we're gonna run the foam from here to here. So that's the foaming area. Okay, so again, this was the test seat. So, all right, now you get to this part. If you look at the F-150 videos, before anything, you have a seat heater here. It's a white thing, blah, 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 blah. Just so you know, I already unplugged it out of my car for 2 weeks, and I never got a trouble light. So yeah, you could just take off this heated seat and throw it away. It doesn't have to be plugged in again. All right, so no worries there. I did a little bit of a practice with what they call trenching. You know, it's like a 1/2 inch, 3/8 inch deep, with the razor blade. I'll show that when I do it. And then hit it with the sander real quick to make it look pretty. All right. So that's about it. Okay. All one piece. See the black moving? Don't think we take this off as of yet. See where it goes? Through this. I started taking these off and messing the clips up. But now I realize once I take the pad off, I can get a needle nose and get them from the inside. That's why I didn't do the rest of them. Oh, that's your airbag. When you take the seats out of your car, after you get them the way you want, I have mine moved all the way forward. You got to disconnect the battery. So the car's out there with the battery disconnected. This looks pretty simple. I need two hands. Okay, we got them. Right from the factory, a couple of these things weren't even connected, clipped on, or whatever you want to call them. Alright, I'll take care of that now. Yeah, these clips are coming out easy. I want to get, there you go, I wanted to make sure I run that wire the right way. That's why I have the video here. Can't see anything, but that's the way we want to come out. Okay. Pause for a minute. Okay, they're all off. There she is. This here is your seat heater coming all the way up. We're going to eliminate that because we're not going to need it. Okay, and it's a good space saver. Okay, I'll pause. It's like a fold over thing on the same side for cables. We'll look more into that as we take it apart. Pause. Oh, okay. Seat bottom can come off now, believe it or not. I think. Okay, something's catching. Oh, remember I told you about the heat thing? Yeah, that's got to go. All this has to be taken off. The clips. Follow it down. It's got to come off. I'll pause. Okay, seats out. Like I said, this guy's not going back in. Okay. Seats turned upside down, obviously, but that's your frame. All right. Now we'll work on This side's going to be the problem because that's where the airbag is and everything else. I know what unzips in the back, but I'll show you. Before I forget, I think I told you we had these folding guys. Okay. Folding guys. There's harnesses in here. That's connected to this part of the seat. Okay. Fun, fun, fun. Flip this seat over and see what's going on. Okay, you can see you have a listing here. It's plastic. I know we got to bring this down to release this. Okay. That's how it's supposed to look when it's done. Okay, this was easy. Just pick it up, and then it reveals your zippers on both sides. Oh, good. They give you a hook, so I guess when it's all the way up here, we could zip it down. Yeah, that's cool. Needle nose. Pull the zipper down on both sides. She stopped. I think these are clips again. The elementary stuff I'm not going to show you, but curious to see what this is all about. Because my blower's got to go in here somewhere. So we'll see. We shall see. I'll let you know the next step. Actually, I do it with one hand. There you go. Ow. Putting the phone. I'm not an upholstery person. I could do a lot of things, but this is my first upholstery. That was sharp. It's plastic, but obviously it goes in there. Oh, there's more zipper here. It's down there. Oh, that's how I release. For your headrest, I know I got to go in there and unrelease the locks to get the headrest bolts off. Not bolts. You know, the mounts. Yeah, it was real simple. It's in like that. So we're on the left side. So this is this one. And it goes in just like this. For future reference. Okay, you see where the curved mark is. So it's like this. Not like that. It's like this. You could tell here. See that? It's this way. Got it? Okay. This is looking at the chair, it's the left side. And obviously the other side's going to have that clip, so we know what side it's on. This is no clip on this side. Okay. Got the right side off. Remember, it's this way. Push button to the outside. No. Yes, you could see that. Okay? So you know, push button to the outside. Now it's time to take a break. Okay, that screw has to come out. The only thing is whether we have to take that seatbelt off. Because that plastic, so we shall see. Okay. Screw came off, no problem, but I'm seeing here Okay, and down there. I guess we could take that clip off. Yeah. So we got that off. It really wasn't necessary to take this off, but you could see things a lot better. So these guys are over here. So that comes up. These are the foldable guys that I pointed out earlier. This guy's gonna come off the same way. That's the one down there. See? This is the one that wraps around those wire things. Okay. Now I think we could take this cover off. Oh, okay. Let's just get a better view here. We got this, we got this. See this? This goes down. Goes that way. Okay, next step. We got the airbag on this side. We're gonna have to take some of the hog rings out here to give us a little bit of room. But I do know going into this is that airbag wire's got to be disconnected from the seat itself. Well, we have one right there, but also underneath the seat. Okay. Because there's a, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, you see how you can't take the seat off because this is wrapped. Oh, can't take the seat cover off because it's wrapped around the airbag. Here is the path it's taking. Oh, here's the path it's taking. We got to follow that path. I'm going to flip the seat over to get some film on that. Okay, the airbag path. Obviously it was up here. Unclip, unclip, unclip. Watch the way that goes. Wraps around it there and then goes up. So at least now we got it on here. And we know where it's going. We're all learning, aren't we? Okay. I'll just show you one. But now that the seat cover's off, you just squeeze it with your needle nose and it will save the clip. Okay, I cut a couple of the hog rings, but this one I think I can get too easy and I can show it to you. See them? The metal ring. And we gotta cut them away. In there. Boom. Sometimes you gotta cut them twice. I cut them once. Another one in there. Not another one, same one. Make the gap wider. That one slip off. Oh no. There you go. Now you gotta get them out of there. Gotta get them out. Otherwise you'll rip your leather or go in your back or your butt. Make sure you get your old guys out. Again, you'll get the install kit from Leather Seats. You see this guy, how he was hiding? Got another one here. Oh, another one. I'm sorry. And another one. Then you got more. We got another one here. This one will be eliminated. And so will this one. Fingers crossed. Alright, still working on this airbag. I'll advise. I think we're gonna have to get it from the other side. Okay, what do we got? So I was right. We take all the hog rings out, and then the skin comes right off. For whatever reason, there was no hog ring here or here, so I just marked it off that no ring goes there. Let's see if this, see if the cushion comes out. Okay, it's tight. Taking this off is pretty tight, but it's straightforward. Just pull it up. There's your airbag, so I guess I don't have to take the wire out, so I'll put the wire where it belongs. I'll clip it back in. Yeah, and there we go. Not bad for a couple hours work. I know the video is only so much, but, and then with this, you get a heat gun, heat it up. You're still gonna get residual glue on here, but help you get some heat in here, help peel off the glue a little bit, because you don't need this because the leatherseat.com thing both is heated and AC. Alright. Okay, that's it for now. So here is the seat. It's the way it's supposed to look when we're done. That band goes like that. Okay, this gets eliminated. We won't need this anymore. It's the seat heater. Again, I'm gonna peel this up and go to town with all the hog rings. Clip off all the hog rings like you saw me do in the other videos. So I just unclipped this one. My next one will be here on this side, and then you know, I'll go down these. I'll undo here and then go here, do these all the way around. Yeah, so you see this is ripped, and I noticed this earlier. Then we have this, which you could tell that's not a factory stitch, and it was ripped all through here. And then there's a hole through here, and they hog ringed it right there. You see it? So maybe the seat heater was replaced once before under warranty. Who the hell knows, because it's a 21. I bought it as a CPO car. But I'm going to try to glue this. There's nothing I can do because they cut it. You could see it, and then they sewed it, and this hangs down. So I'll just continue what they did. But I'll try to save this with contact cement, rubber cement. Okay, all the hog rings were clipped. That's what we're looking like. There's a mess. It seems, just so you know, I'm using more of the curved needle nose rather than the regular. So, you know, you can get, I don't know how often you use this, but you can go to Harbor Freight and pick this thing up for $5 or $6. But it seems like I'm using this tool more. This one here, yeah, you could clip it one-handed, but by the time you're done, you got arthritis. Even as soon as you start, use 2 hands, okay? Otherwise, your hands are gonna kill you. All right, so now we got this, and I don't even know if I have to show you, but I'm gonna get the heat gun, and this is glued on, and yeah, you probably, yeah, you see the other seat I had didn't have this. This is a newer, this one here's newer. But you heat it up, and you're gonna take a little foam off. What are you gonna do? But if you heat it off, it helps you a little bit, okay? Typical heat gun, whatever you wanna use. I got the Harbor Freight cheap one, it works. So now we have to remove the heating pad. Till then. On the low setting. Just heat it up a little bit. Okay, just heat it up. You can see the glue coming up. You see that? Yeah. Okay. You can see it coming up. I'll turn the video off now. Okay, the heating pad is off. Okay, not so bad. Now, well, okay. There may be a little chunk missing there from peeling it off. Not an issue. Well, I'll show you why. All right. If that bothers you, a little bit of a chunk missing. If that bothers you, a little bit of a chunk missing, I would go on the bottom here, anywhere, shave a little piece off that you need the same shape, and then just with that S18 rubber cement or whatever, I would just fill it in, patch it up if you want. I got that old one there, so I could take a piece from there. But if I didn't, I would just go under here and find a spot, because you're only shaving off a tiny bit. And you could find a spot, like I would take a little bit, you know, from here or something, or the other side. But non-issue. And even the seat back, there's a lot of useless foam there, especially going back. So, and it's really very, I mean, I don't even know if I'm gonna do it. But if you need a little bit of foam, grab it from the seat back or something where it's useless. All right, and now I'm gonna do the other one. No video on that because I just did this one, but that's what we have to do. Okay, here's the back side done. The bottom where your lower back is, well, it's actually lower than that, but okay. So, a couple of chunks missing. That's the fold where the other seat hits, so this is a non-issue because you're not going to feel that because your back don't really go there. All right, non-issue, non-issue. This would be an issue. This would be an issue. And I think I got a little bit. I'm going to have to put some here, and I'll tell you why. Plenty of free foam on the back of this thing. You know, you can grab a little bit here or a little bit there. No big deal. Okay. From here, we're going to use these attachment points, the 3, to put the hog rings back in. This, and some of this has to be what they call trenched out. We gotta, you'll see it later in the video, we gotta cut the pad, cut the foam out so that cooling pad sits in here. So these big chunks are coming out anyway. Remember that? That was my test spot, okay? On the junkyard seat. So we're gonna have the same thing. On this seat, on the back, we're losing 2 attachment points. We're losing this, no hog rings, and we're losing this, no hog rings. Otherwise, the pad will be too small for the back. And the people at leatherseats.com, a guy named Tim, he said, don't worry about these two attachment points, so get rid of them. But we definitely need this as an attachment point. And he said, don't worry about this. And I have a funny feeling, he said, don't worry about this because there's an attachment point right here. You see? So it'll hold. Between this one and the sides, it'll hold here. All right? Okay. Okay, here is the seat bottom, passenger side. Okay. This guy needs to be eliminated. We've got to cut it with a scissor and eliminate this hard plastic. Okay, because we got to put our new heavy black foam. We got to glue it from here to there. Big square. Okay, so this has to be eliminated. And then I'm going to show you, I want to get rid of some of this. This is pretty hard. So I'm going to get rid of some of this with a right angle grinder. Where is it? Okay, I wanted to show you how I'm cutting that foam. Yeah, it's a boring watch, but just to give you an idea. Let me see. Yeah, you could see it. Okay, I'm pulling hard, and I'm getting this blade and staying away from the leather, of course, and I'm just chipping it away with the blade. Okay? Got to put force on it. I'm pulling it and just slicing the foam away. Stay away from the leather. Okay? Just like that. And that's how much foam you're going to have left. You see the little white area? Oh, no, you can't. Okay. See it? That's all I'm leaving. Okay? Okay, and that's how it looks once that white foam is razor bladed. I use the scissor in some places, but this is how it looks. And again, this is really high. And I'm gonna try to make it a little bit lower. This is really hard. I'm going to want to bring this down. When I do, I'll show you. But that's how she looks. This is the seat back. Okay. You could tell it's a pink. This foam's a lot thinner than the white where your butt goes. This is thinner foam, just thought I'd let you know. Okay. The listings were here. I cut them off here and here. Because remember, where the term they call it is floating. So this will float and this is float. And, she'll be tied up here and down there. So we got this guy going across and this will hold everything in place. Yeah, this might be a little bit of a problem, but I don't think it will be. Not too much, the bottom part. But this has to be removed, this has to be removed, and this has to be removed. Well, I'm going to be I'll stand myself corrected. It's just as thick. I know I said it's thinner, it's not. Different color, same thickness. Okay, but it's softer. This is definitely, the back part is definitely softer than the part you sit on, which makes perfect sense. All right, so there you go. Making for a note for myself here. The bottom part of the seat back, the foam is not sewn in the corners. See, it's not sewn in there, and it's not sewn in there. Yeah, see, it's sewn in there. So, you know, obviously you're gonna make the cross. That's fine. But down here, you could have a gap here. I guess we'll show you that later. All right, so one spot's removed. This spot's removed. Now I'm gonna work on this. Okay, still on the seat back. Foam removed, foam removed, foam removed. Yay! All right, you guys see that? Dark black. Who knows what? Dark black. I think this is from your back sweat because you don't have ventilated seats. All right, and oh, it's the Honda sticker. I'm gonna cut this off. Yeah, assembled in Mexico, USA components. I'll be cutting this off. So, just for the sake of accuracy, I'm going to use millimeters. Okay. 10.8, 11 millimeters. I'm going to grind this down. I'll show you that, but we got to try to, you know, drop this down. Like I said, 10.8. It's a little too high, so we're going to try to take some of this down. I'm going to go right to that white stitching. And I got news for you, just so you know, I don't care if I eat away the white, because down below there is where your stitch is for your leather. These, even the white, really don't matter, but we'll just do what we need to do. Don't know if you could see that good, but you'll see what I'm doing. Because at a certain point, you're not going to be able to, well, just so you see what I'm doing. I got 2 paint sticks here, one on each side. Okay, you see that? And that's going to protect my leather. Okay? The 2 paint sticks are going to protect my leather. And I'll just show you an example. This is a 36 grit for this part, 36. It's messy, dusty, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's how we knock this down. So I'm going to be working on that for a little while. Okay, but that's what we're doing. I'm going to try that down, and then when we're done, I'll measure it up. Okay, well, now we knocked it down to 7.4. Right there, 7.4. So we went from 11 millimeters down to 7.5. So it's a nice reduction there. And look at this mess. Okay, obviously I gotta blow it out and vacuum it. Okay, and I'll trim some of this with the scissor a little bit. But yeah, we knocked it down a lot. Okay. We knocked it down close to 4. We knocked off about 4 millimeters. All right. Okay. Okay, now I made a template. Okay, for the foam. I labeled it. Put it in there. And there's my template. It's just a piece of poster paper, oak tag, whatever you want to call it. Okay, it's the heavier stuff. You can buy it at Publix or whatever. It's just heavy paper. That's all it is. Okay. Just a template. So we can cut the foam. I'm going to cut, I have a cheap, again, from testing. I have a cheap 1/4 inch thick foam. I'm going to test against the template. So I cut, using that template, I cut a cheap piece of foam. It's only 1/4 inch from Amazon, garbage. It's kind of like air filter foam or whatever. But you know what? That tape is so I could see where I was cutting before. So yeah, that template works. Okay, so the next step is cutting out the thick foam and gluing. But I'm gonna do the, I gotta do a template for the seat back first while I'm in template mode. I'm assuming we're gonna save these templates, guys. I can't see the driver's side being any different, but who knows? But we shall see. Okay. In case you want, this is the way I'm doing it. I'm sure there are 100 other ways you can do it, but you know what? We're winging it as we go. Yeah, this part's a lot of work, but remember we're on budget, so we didn't want to spend money at the upholstery place, right? Okay, template. I used tracing paper. Okay. Tracing paper. Obviously, you can see what I did here. Okay. And what's going to happen is this is a good ballpark, right? Then I take my tracing paper and I put it on my oak tag, poster paper, whatever you want to call it. You know, thin, flexible, but you know, it's more cardboardish or what have you. Buy it in Publix, craft stores, or whatever. Same with the tracing paper. And then I will take this, put it on here, and I'll do about 1/4 inch larger on the cardboard. Okay, because you could see there's gaps here or whatever. I'll go 1/4 inch, and then trim up the cardboard as I need. Trim up the cardboard as I need it on here. All right. Oh. Remember, I bought the 1/4 inch thickness. Remember, the reticulated foam that you get from leatherseats.com, that's a full 1/2 inch. But for testing purposes, for $10, I went and bought 1/4 inch foam just for this purpose. So this is the seat bottom with the 1/4 inch foam. So it looks like it's going to lay nice. So, you know, that's that. So my next step here is cutting out the fat foam and gluing it. This here, got to take my tracing paper, transfer it to the oak tag. Yeah, I know, I'm showing my age with the oak tag. All right. So here's the oak tag, the poster paper or what have you. Okay, that's what it looks like. I made a little, cut myself a little short here. Add 10 millimeters when I do this. So I'm going to use the cheap Amazon foam for a test. Okay, here's my test foam, the Amazon crap. I know my template is good. Okay, even with the template, you're gonna have to trim just a little bit. But the whole idea of this template is the fact that it's 90% there, and you know, you're gonna have to do some final trimming. This might be a tad bit too long. Obviously, I'd added that, so we'll get that right. And again, the half-inch one's going to behave a little bit differently, but at least we got something here, the proper shape, because it's not straight, it's this way. So this is good, so I know my template works. Okay, this is the good foam. See how thick it is? It's about a half an inch, the reticulated foam from leatherseats.com. In case you're wondering how I cut it, so I got the template, remember, the poster board or whatever. Obviously you can't trace out, so you use 3M good tape. The reason why I like this is because I don't want any glue to be left on the I don't want any glue to be left on the foam. This is at 233 plus. I use it in my business. So I'll just get my Sharpie, go all the way around, and then I could cut because I'll have lines here. Okay. Okay. Here are my lines. Guys, trimming everything and what have you. The listings that I pulled out, you know, these things here, you know, yeah, we ground them down or whatever, but you still have to trim it a little bit with scissors. These scissors are unbelievable. They're doing everything. They're sharp. They're not like normal scissors. Believe me what I tell you. You're doing upholstery work or whatever, you have to get these. And they're only like 20 bucks or so. It's definitely worth it for this job. Okay? You're going to be using this more than you think, and you're going to love it. You really are. I'm not sponsored or anything like that, but these scissors are a cat's ass. All right. The good foam, right from the template or what have you, everything looks good. As you can see, I just gotta trim a little bit. I'm a little too big here. Just gotta fine trim it and we'll be fine. Okay. Reticulated foam. Now we're gonna start gluing. Okay. We gotta put a heavy layer, very heavy layer of the S18 all the way around and wait 20 minutes. This is, I don't want to spill glue on the perforated leather. So, and you're gluing from the bottom of the plastic all the way down. But try not to hit the black leather over there. Okay? All the way around. All the way around. And then, same drill on this thing. You're going to do heavy, heavy. RH adhesives, the right glue. SAT, all-purpose adhesive. Like I said, I did a test on the junkyard seat, and the glue held up really well. the foam wanted to rip before the glue. Heavy glue all the way around. Okay, I don't think I have to show you that, but heavy glue all the way around. Same here, and then you got to wait 20 minutes. Okay, you wait 20 minutes because this is the two-coat method. This is what really sets this glue apart from anybody else. Because what happens is when we do this, obviously, look at all the foam or whatever. So once we put the adhesive there, heavy, 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 it becomes part of the foam, fills in all the nooks and crannies. This way here, after the 20-minute mark, then we do a normal coat all the way around, and then all the way around. Okay, and that makes it stick really, really good. Okay. Okay, you're putting a lot of glue, you're pushing it in, you're dabbing it, maybe do about 3 inches at a time. You're dabbing it all the way into the foam, dab, 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 heavy glue, and then smooth it out. Because you want the glue to get attached to the inside of the foam for a better bond. Okay, so that's all been done, that's all been done. Now I'm waiting my 20 minutes. Oh, this, okay, there's the original right there, but these things, Harbor Freight, they're great. 36, I think they're $5 because this thing will be dry. So I'm going to chuck this one out and then use a new one when I do my second coat. Okay, I put the second coat. Put the second coat all the way around. Obviously not here because we're going over that. Put the second coat on here. It dries clear, by the way, you know, when it's dry. And now I'm going to take this and fit it in here. Wish me luck. So that's one coat heavy, dabbing into the foam. Wait 20 minutes. Again, another heavy coat here, another heavy coat here, dabbing into the foam. Now we waited 5 minutes after that. So now I'm going to put it back together again. Or back together. Wish me luck. Okay, fit it in there, glued in. You know, you push in and then you take this and you pinch it all the way around. Pinch it in there, just hold it for a few minutes, not a minute, but you know, a few seconds. And I'll be doing this for the next few minutes. Okay, and then we can't touch this for a minimum 24 hours. Okay, there's testing done on strength. Of course, you know, anything under 24 hours sucks. They went 24, 48, like 72, 96 hours or whatever. You know, by the time we're done here and it's placed in there, it's going to be probably 36 hours. So hell, it'll have plenty of time to dry. Now I'm going to do the seat back, same drill. Of course, you saw me, maybe you did or you didn't, you saw me remove the green tape. But there you have it. And now I'm going to do the same with the seat back. Okay. Oh, and another thing, just so you know. Okay, we got the AC unit blowing, the doors open. When they say use well-ventilated area, believe me when I tell you, this stuff stinks. If you could do it outside, you're probably better off. I will tell you this, right now everything smells, the foam and the leather and all that. But once it's cured, the smell is gone. So just take a note of that. Well ventilated area, and once it dries, the smell goes away. I want to stress, you gotta use a lot of the S18 adhesive, okay? You got to use a lot of it. especially over on the foam. You really got to dab that brush in and go back and forth. You're trying to fill up the nooks and crannies. You gotta use your glue. I mean, I don't know if you could see, but this was brand new. Look how much glue I used from one. This is my second thing, so my second seat thing, whatever. Yeah, you're gonna use a lot of this stuff. Now I'm waiting for my 20 minutes here. And then once the 20 minutes happens, you know the drill. We redo it again, another coat, wait 5 minutes, and then insert. Okay? This tells me where I'm going. Okay? So don't be stingy with the glue. Okay? You get yourself an 8-ounce can, not the 4-ounce. Get your 8-ounce can. You'll have some left over, I'm sure. You can get this anywhere. Where did I get it? I think, you know what? I don't know. It was either Amazon or eBay. I really didn't shop price. I just knew I needed it. So this is the stuff to use. Now remember, leatherseats.com does not recommend gluing because they haven't done it before. They have a sewing shop in-house, so of course they want you to sew, which makes perfect sense. No argument there. But hey, we're trying out the glue method. It should work. I did a test, and on the junkyard seat cover, like I said before, I pulled after it was all set for 3 days. I pulled on the on this foam, and the foam ripped, but the bond was still good, so it never broke away from its bond. So this is the stuff. Don't be stingy with it. Use it a lot. Use a lot of it. Okay. Okay. There's our seat back, all glued in place. I think I know I said it. This is thinner on the back than what the seat bottom had. So you're gonna have to squish this down and pinch them for about 5 minutes all the way around. Pinch, 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 pinch. Keep pinching it or whatever. And I did that for a couple of minutes. This stuff dries really fast when it makes contact. So yeah, that's it. Done. We won't look at this till tomorrow. Okay. This, my friends, is a distribution pad. It's 3/8 of an inch thick. Okay? We have to create a 3.5 inch trench. Like that. Okay? Now the problem we're having here is we got rid of this attachment point, so we have to grind down, cut out. You'll see, I'll show you a video. Got it. But the problem is this is gonna have to be cut because we need this attachment point underneath. This comes with the minimal holes. This is actually pretty cool though. Squeak, squeak. We're gonna make a lot more holes later on after it's installed, wherever we want. Get even more air coming out. The more the better. That's what Leather Seats says. So it looks like we're gonna have to make this a little, well, there, better view. Bring it up. Okay. I'm gonna be around here. We're okay here. We might have to, You know, I think we can get away with it. Maybe not having to cut the sides. I'll let you know. But this definitely has to be cut. And then we'll just seal it with duct tape. Okay, because we can't go over. We need this attachment point. Alright. Let's flip this around. Take that thing out of there. It's just stuck from the original glue. So we're going to cut this down. Put it in position.
Yeah, well, that's pretty close. Hey, Diane.
Hi.
We're going to cut it here.
Yep.
That looks like an Amazon package.
And then we're going to dig in and take what's inside out of here. And then we're going to sew it.
Well,
You got that?
we're gonna
You're
seal
sewing.
it, and so we haven't figured out how we're gonna seal it. Do we?
Okay, this is the plan. So we cut, obviously you see that, remember it came out to here. We cut, okay? So we have to trench all this out, you'll see it. When I trench it, you'll see it. Okay, now I'm gonna show you, we're gonna seal this and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, this is my test spot and I'll do it later, but with the fabric scissor and your fingers or whatever, we left a 1/2 inch. Okay, and we're gonna seal it with the S18 rubber cement, you know, that good stuff there. The adhesive. And then once it's sealed, okay, we happen to have a sewing machine, so I'm going to seal it and my wife is going to run a stitch all the way down. Okay, you got it? You could separate this with your fingers and then you get your good scissor and chop with your scissor on both sides. And then once you're like this and you got this, I don't know what you call it, the filament or whatever, you bend both these over and then you just cut the filament, chop, scissor. So you have the gap and then you seal it. I hope you understand that. I know I wasn't too clear. So yeah, you open it up a little bit by hand. You open it up, bend both sides down. And you're gonna have this filament stuff in your way when you fold it down. And then you just cut it, that's it. Okay, here's the test piece I did. Okay, and I know some of you are probably wondering, well, if that glue is so great, why are you sewing? It's the material. This feels like, you know, cotton, aramid fiber. You can see the fibers, you see them? That's not an issue. The underside of this, the part that I glued, it's like a plastic coating, backing, whatever you want to call it. So I don't know how good the adhesive is going to do. Okay? And you don't want to rip apart your seats again because this seam didn't work, right? So that's why we're sewing it. Okay? Even if you don't have a sewing machine, after you do this, you know, draw a line on it and right in the center where you want the stitch, and I would just run over to your neighborhood dry cleaner or where they hem pants or dresses. I know it's hard to find today, but you know, it's not rocket science. You know, it's a 12-inch strip for them to just sew, you know, just sew it, that's it. So you're gonna have to do 2 of them. So you got 2 ready to go. So she'll sew this test piece in a little while. But yeah, you could just go to a person that does alterations or what have you, and they'll sew it for you. Alrighty, there you have it. Okay, cut and sewn. Well, actually cut, glued, and then sewn. The S18. I don't know if I can focus in here. There, you see it? The white there, and then was it blue or black? I don't know what it was, but I don't know. A little sloppy sewing job, but my wife was like, "Hey, something about her bobbin was messing up." But we got it sewn out, so we're good there. So this will now we have to trench this tomorrow. Okay, we'll come up to about there. Okay, yeah, it'll be like that. That's how it's going to wind up being. But we have to make a trench, a 3/8 inch trench, so that that pad sits into the foam. Okay, and then as you can see, this attachment point is no longer going to be used. Okay, so this attachment point will be used, and then the back, so this will be okay, because we're only floated, they call it floating, one. Okay, and then the back, we're using this, we're not using this, and we're not using this. The back one will be full size. We probably won't have to cut it. So you see, like, the injuries here, non-issue, because this will all be taken out. I might, whatever, do a little bit of patchwork here if it's needed. I don't think it is. It really is not that bad. It looks worse on camera, to be honest with you, but we shall see. All right, so that's the cut pad. We cut it. We got it out of the guts that much. We folded everything down. We cut it across. We glued it with the S18, and we glued it with the 20-minute option. One heavy coat, wait 20 minutes till it dries. It'll be dry less than 20, but you wait 20 minutes anyway. Then you glue it again, both sides, just like the first time, both sides. Glue it again, wait 5 minutes, and then just press them together, and it's amazing how that glue works. It's fantastic. It's one of the better rubber cement, or whatever you want to call it. It's one of the better ones for sure. And that's about it. I guess the next part will be the trenching. Okay, we took a measurement with our pad. That's the outside of the pad, 3/8 in, so we're cutting on the red, and then we'll come across. So it's down, 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 down. You're starting at the red, down, 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 and then you come across. About a 1/4 of an inch, a little bit more spacing. When I was doing my test, I just went straight down on each piece. Cut's fine, right?
Yeah.
Passenger side seat back. This one we're using the full pad, so there's no cutting involved, which is nice. And we're gonna cut on the green line, and then we'll just tack this down if need be. Okay, so we're cutting the green. That's our border right here. And then this comes out, and this comes out. So you're only going to have one attachment point going across here. However, you got plenty on this side to keep these intact. And
And then we will sand it down. You made little squares, you rip out the squares by hand, or if you want to use a razor blade, work across, but that's what we're doing, and then we'll just sand it down smooth later. Also here, this is overkill. Okay. We S18'd a pad, adhesive, rubber cement, whatever you want to call it. Then we sewed it, you already know that. And now this is Tessa tape. It's the best tape on the market. You want the exterior under the hood engine harness tape that they sell. Okay, it's 510-36. This is the best tape known to man. As hot as it gets under the hood here in South Florida, no matter where you go. I use this on the inside of the car too. So just buy this in, out, or whatever. It lasts forever. This is what the manufacturers use. Okay, and I just tape the seam, the edge, or whatever you want to call it. Definitely overkill. You don't have to do it, but I just did it. So I got 3 levels to keep this pad sealed. Okay, we trenched in. We trenched the rear of the back seat. You know where your back goes. Okay, I just got to touch it up a little bit with my grinder, even though you could lay it right down here. You could tell it's perfect. Okay, this will go in there nice and nice. And then of course you got the strip, and they want you to glue. But we're not ready yet. You should buy the install kit that has the hot rings and the spray adhesive, because you got to spray adhesive this stuff. But that's the seat back. Same drill with this. The Tessa tape thing here, but this is all ready to go. Now our next step is going to be find out where we put the porthole, which is going to be on the underside of this, but I'll take videos of that.
Yeah, put this over there so it doesn't
So cut the 2 tabs here. We're going to put the let's see where the template goes. There we go, just a tiny bit of more trimming, and that's where we're going to cut our hole. Where the TED unit is. Just so you know, we cut this, you'll see it on your seat, we cut this, and we cut this. We still have to cut this down a little bit. Now we're cutting the bottom of the pad.
Yeah.
Right. You just cut it very lightly and peel it, see, and then you just peel it off. There you go. Seat back. Passenger side seat back. What's going to happen here? Okay, your Honda Accord. There's like a plastic straw. Okay, I just cut it right here and moved it over a little bit, and it's gonna go right here. Okay, so this will go here, give or take, and here's the cool part. So we're here, right? Okay. See my pinky? Okay, that's where the exhaust is gonna go, where my pinky is. The intake is gonna come up here, and I'm gonna put something here. Your fan is gonna be somewhere up here. Okay. This hose goes here, give or take. And the reason why it's up high here, if I made it too low, we can't do it. The intake will be blocked by the map pot. The map
pouch, whatever you want to call it, you know, the pouch for the back of the seat. It's double there. We need a fresh air intake. So they give you an intake, a black thing, black square thing they give you. So cut a long story short, after all this is done, in the back of your seat, you're going to have an intake screen right around here. So it could suck in fresh air and give you cool air or hot air, whatever you need. But that's the plan. Obviously, I'll show you once we're updated. And then the exhaust is going to come down. Oop, the exhaust is going to come down. Okay, here's a mock-up that I like. You know, you start doing things and thinking and taking breaks and what have you. I prefer this because I do have a subwoofer that goes underneath the seat, so I'm a little high, so I like the fan forward. As a matter of fact, the touring model, even though they don't have, actually it should be like this. The touring model doesn't have the Peltier effect ventilated system. They only use air, ambient air, to cool you off. You see that fan over here sucks in air and blows it up into the seat. That's why people complain that the AC ventilated seats suck in the Accord, and that's okay. That's fine. But ours has the Peltier effect where that's actually making cool air. So we're okay with that. And if you notice, they put it up off to the right. So that's what we're going with that. Okay. Like I said, we underwent a few changes. And who knows, maybe I'll wake up in the morning and change it again. I do like this spot in here for the control box. I think we can make that work. This way it's not here. Okay. We're gonna get exhaust air coming out of here, hot air. So remember that Tessa tape I showed you? Great under heat. So this is the factory wire loom. And yeah, listen, I get it. You're not moving that much air. You're not blocking anything. Okay? You know, when we're done, we could tuck it underneath. Whatever we want to do, we can do, but I'm not too concerned about this right now. I have other things to contend with. Like I said, I have a subwoofer. I got to make sure the travel is okay. But right now, this is what we're going to do. And we shall see, sleeping on it and see what happens. Okay, this is still the passenger seat. A work in progress. Okay.
You filled it in the blanks.
Yeah. So we're gonna silicone the top black area so it sits here, and then the spray adhesive, the whole pad. Silicone and seal. Passenger side seat back. Head unit. This side is the intake. The fan will be up there, coming down. And then this is the exhaust, and we got to run it down. That was the plug we took out. Back, that's where the port is. Okay, and now this. I added some holes here. We're gonna fit this in and template the hole. And then back here, we're just temporarily keeping it in place for now. Okay. Yeah, that's sewn in, so I think those are clipped in.
They are, I can see it.
Yeah. driver's seat upside down. Towards the front of the seat on the driver's side. Don't forget that little thing goes over here. That's your release. Okay, and then this pops out, and then you'll be able to pop it out up there. I always like to get pictures of things, videos or what have you, so you know how it sits right. It's got more wiring harnesses on this side versus the passenger side. I'd like to get something good here. Good pictures, video, what have you. After you take off that clip, okay, that guy, he's off, you see, he's off. Then there's a metal bar down here, and you'll see two clips there, one there, one there. You just gotta wiggle it right, press it with your finger, and it'll come out. So we got this much out so far. Obviously the harness is keeping things together. No more clips up here. And then this is typical Honda stuff up here. Okay. You pop that out. And then this has to be... You see this? This has to be separated. And you get a screwdriver, you push it in a little bit. This plastic, just like on the passenger side, probably stays. Okay? There's really nothing to these guys. My notes here, we knew about this. You see, you got clips there. See how those clips go in? Same thing with this guy. Right, it wraps around the motor. Ends right by the Phillips head there. Okay, that's got to all be undone. Almost got that. What I was doing here, I was jumping the wires to get this thing to move. It goes in and out and back and forth so we could test it for clearances later on. Always taking pictures and things. See right here, underneath this piece clips. And what's going to happen here is we're still juggling on where we're going to put this. The fan with the tube or what have you, fine. Then the exhaust goes here, and we're going to run the exhaust underneath, cut a hole through the foam there. Pretty cool setup. Got to realize something here, just to let you know. People will tell you that if you look at the forums and stuff, they'll tell you how the touring seats with ventilated seats they suck. And one reason why they suck is they only have this, a fan.
And they're taking ambient air and blowing it through the seat. So you have a fan like this on the bottom of the seat, and you have a fan like this, they mount it up here. Okay, and you know, whatever, it's getting air, whatever, and that's fine. Better than nothing. This kit is actually, you're getting, because of the Peltier effect, you're actually getting cooler air. You're getting 10 degrees cooler right off the bat. So, it's a better system. It's just obviously a you-know-what to install. But, you know, when we're done and you turn them on, I'm in South Florida, and I don't got to tell you how hot it gets. You have no idea how hot it gets. And that's why I'm going through all this. On the opposite side, where you don't see much, there's a screw here. It goes right there. Okay. You know, this thing moves just a little bit. It's good enough to get it through and loosen it up. It has to be removed because we got an attachment point over here. Looks like it's just a pop pin, but still, we got to get to it, so this guy's got to come off. So that pop pin goes in there. Pro tip, good masking tape. Home Depot, this is green Scotch tape, this is good stuff. But you could use the Home Depot blue stuff and just wrap it around there so you don't lose it. So you see it. See, you got another popper. Pops right out. And then remember that gets clipped in there. So you got to pop this out, pull up. No popper here, no popper there. Another side note, good thing, you better take a lot of pictures and videos. We're hooked on here, okay? I suggest when you do yours, do a lot of pictures and a lot of video, because this job is taking me a week, and I'm gonna forget where stuff goes. So definitely get your pictures in. All right. Working my way over. This was done. These clips were a bitch, but doable, no big deal. When you're doing these bottom ones, stretch out this fabric, like crush the foam that's underneath. It'll give you more leeway to pick this thing up. Oh, I don't think I recorded that time, sorry. Big one here, goes up here. Now we have a smaller one over there, you see it? These are simple, they're pretty soft actually, you see that? Okay, you saw how that went. This was up, you get it? This goes in there, not here. Okay, this side's all released. Now we're doing here, which is this business up here. And look, I'm just a guy in a garage. I mean, I'm sure upholstery guys are laughing at me right now because they could probably do it with their eyes closed. But, you know, this isn't something I do every day. So, oh well. And I'll tell you right now with this job, if you don't know the difference between a regular screwdriver or a Phillips or what a drill is or whatever, don't even attempt this. You better have a lot of tools because you're going to need things. Okay? Looking. Yeah, this seat should have been elevated at least another inch. I have a power supply and I'm going to do it later. I'll elevate the seat a little bit. No big deal. See them? Those black clips? They got to be released.
getting reference here. Yeah, these clips came off easy. See them? They all go to this white area. Clips on underneath this. All the way across. Okay, this is for our seat heater. Oops, sorry. And we'll probably run the main harness right through here too. This gets eliminated, remember, we get rid of the seat heaters. So you won't have the green business down here. But you'll have other wires to take its place, no worries. Talking about getting ahead of myself. You see, and I even brought up the heated seat thing. Yeah, we got to remove the harness. All right, to get the seat off. I mean, she's ready to come off, obviously. But we have to remove the harness, the green guy. And we're not putting them back in. Okay, green guy removed. Okay, these will be not connected to anything anymore. Okay, we got the lower, whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah. And then when we put the seat guy in, we cut this, and it goes straight in. All right. Just doing this for reference. So I know what the things are again. Okay. There's a lot more going on the driver's seat, obviously. Okay. Okay. Before we do anything, there we are. With the back, the bottom's done. Notice how these things fold over. Okay, same with this side. These things like fold over, okay? This thing comes up. Remember, we got to do the airbag work here. As this comes up, okay, those two, I can't even see them at this point. I guess I'll, oh, what have I needed? Okay, the airbag's on this side. Okay, yeah, that'll tell you. Airbag there. We start taking a couple of hog rings off. As we work our way up, we got the airbag, and then those two rectangular guys there, yeah, that you gotta pop them. You need a good flashlight. See the clip? The white clip? Clear clip? Whatever you want to call it. See the clear clip on that side? Yeah, I don't think the passenger had that. I may be wrong. And again, I forget. That's why I got these videos. Alright, obviously those got to be removed. Yeah, I thought I was recording. We slid these through. Okay. Now we gotta cut the hog rings. Gotta hear, you saw in the other video how you cut them with the dikes to get it all the way up, because we gotta work on the airbag. I have enough of the hog rings clipped. Okay, I peeled this back, and now you could see that's where the airbag stuff is. So now I gotta undo those two clips and pull them out. And then take a couple of more hog rings. I'll go all the way up with your hog rings. Hog rings suck, a lot of work. You're gonna get arthritis, but it is what it is. Driver's side. It's just tied with the seat flipped. It's the way it goes in. Okay? The seat flipped. I know I can't show you with two hands. I can't show you no matter what here, huh? Oh, there you go. See the tab there? And the tab on the other tab there, and take my word for it, there's a tab on the exact side. And you're taking your pliers, you're going down there, squeezing it, pushing it a little bit, and it's gonna snug fit. Once you know the clips are in the slot where it's free, I just whack them down with the hammer. Boom, and it comes right out. Just like that. Okay? And your thingamajig is on facing the outside. Okay? Not this. It's this way. Flat part to the seat back. Okay? Don't mix these up. Doing the driver's seat. Oh my God, it's a big time saver when you already have the template for the other seat. I'm using my passenger, and I test fitted on the seat. It's fine. Okay, Tim. The seat's not all the way down because I got to work the airbag, but just for an example. I know we float this and float that. Okay. Notice it's a pretty radical curve here. So this goes here. It's too wide, so I got to take an inch off of this side and send some tape down. Half inch on this, whatever it is. All right, that's not the issue. The issue is over here. Okay, you see how it bends, or whatever you want to call it? Do I just put it in this long, or should I cut to where it stops bending and just cut this part off? I guess I want to know if it's okay to do the bend or cut. These are some pictures that I've taken. That's the bottom seat when it's cut out. See, I added more holes. This one's the bottom of the seat. Putting the port on the fan. Again, another test fit. See how things are going. That's the driver's seat. That's that cage in the back, your lumbar and all that. Again, that's kind of where we wound up with everything. You see the fan there. Okay. That's the bottom passenger seat. Bottom passenger seat. For our use, no YouTube. See where we temporarily did things. So now I'm gonna put the upholstery on. Give you an update. Closed all this up. I don't know if I kind of showed you the gist of it, so that's okay. Here is our thing winds up around here somewhere. Okay, it's not exactly to the center. It's right here actually. It's not 100% to the center, but I don't care. It's right about here. So that's where we put the intake. It's a two-sided thing. So we'll just cut, they give you a template for this, and we'll just cut it, and that's, all right, and that'll be our intake. Real simple, they give you the template, you cut it out, it's two sides, snap it in, and you're done. Okay, that'll be our intake. The exhaust goes all the way out. We cut the foam, you'll see there's foam here, you cut it out to make space for this, and then you measure it out and you cut it, and then that's your exhaust. Once I'm in the car,
I'll probably cut it on an angle. You know, I mean, you're not going to see this anyway, but I'm worried somebody's foot will hit it and then mess things up. So we'll just cut it down. Okay. Okay. Here's the end result. Control box up here. There's a piece of plastic here. The 3M good tape. The VHT. Okay, against the plastic. What else do you need to know? Tied the factory thing down here. That's your exhaust. This is the Tessa tape. Protect the wire loom. Okay, that's your TED unit. You went down. We got this. We're in the front. Okay. Ran the wires underneath. There's a space here. All this will settle once it's in the car. That's why it's temporarily tied up. Okay, so that's what the finished product looks there. Okay, I think I showed you this end already, what the inside looked like. This thing I know for a fact. We're going to cut it on an angle, just like the angle you see here. We'll just cut it the same way. This is too long. And then here are your power wire, which that's a whole other story. This goes to the control, and then the bottom is positive and negative. Okay, one done, one to go. Here's the cage. What has to be done here is we have to Dremel. This space is too narrow, so we're going to go up to the ridge. Right across, same ridge here, right across. We need a wider opening, so we're going to use the Dremel. Okay, here's what we had to do. That's the grate. What we did was we Dremeled here to the ridge, Dremeled here to the ridge, which made this opening wider. Okay, technically we would have been this, but you would have had to been spot on to like a 1/10. So now, with the bigger thing here, we actually have room now, because you're going to need a little bit of room because this thing moves. So it's going to go in and out, so you don't want to hit in the accordion. All right, so that's what it is. You can see the difference. Didn't do that side, but we did this side. You could see it. It's plastic, easy. Okay, driver's seat. What did we do? We put the pad on, the distribution pad, the white pad, and then this part on the unit, we siliconed it, so the pad is attached now with that. Okay, so we take the screws out. Okay, pull all this off, and then we could take the seat cushion off, and we can then proceed to put the leather back on with the hog rings. That's the step now. Driver's seat. Driver's seat. Mock-up. Looks good. And then if you notice, we're at the point of no return here. This is a little bit on an angle, and we're probably going to have to cut it a little bit on an angle. But that's the only way we can do it. Is it optimal? Absolutely not. Will it work? Yeah.
Let me see that one.
Okay. After some more work, trials, testing, design changes, here we go. Notice the black Tessa tape back here for the rattle, in case it rattles, but it won't. Tessa tape, buy it, you know, the exterior version, not the interior. We cut out the foam a little bit to fit that in there. It's actually pretty nicely snug, but we're going to snug it more.
I'm actually going to put in the 3M VHT tape to hold it in place over on that side. We got this, we'll clear that. Okay, look at this. We got distance. We don't have to worry about the motor because we took this ear off. We did take the ear off. There was an ear somewhere around here. Here. There was an ear here we took off because we didn't want to hit this. So we're good there. You can see that's how it's going in the seat. You can see that's how it's going. We're keeping it actually away. That's what they call the stinger screw. There's space there. Okay, it's about a 1/4 inch space, which is fine. And I think that's about it. Now we got to worry about the exhaust, how we're going to run the exhaust. We'll worry about that. Now we have to. I know I showed you this before. We got lucky. We ran it on an angle. We got the border here. We're going to cut this on an angle-ish when we put the pad down. Okay. I know. Hey, what do we got here? Okay. We added some more holes. You could add as many as you want. We are blocking this hole. We're going to patch that up. We're going to patch this guy because that's where our port is for the TED. So we want to be able to move air around. So we're going to block this one. We're just going to patch it with something. It doesn't matter. Yeah, see this? Not ideal, but we don't have a frickin' choice. So we put this against it. Okay, go against it. I mean, I don't know if you could. We're like right there. Right there, and we come down. It looks like we make it, and because this is going to get pulled down when we hog tie, hog ring, whatever. But obviously, we're going pretty heavy on this side. A really thick bead of silicone on this side. That's what that looks like, sanded with 220 and alcoholed. And then look at this, look how close. We had to move things around a little bit. Yeah, you wanted it perfect. It's not gonna be perfect. You have to shift it just a hair off. And we just made it, as you can see. Just made it. 2 coats. 2 coats of this, because we really don't want this to move. 1 coat on that. But this got 2 coats. Okay, we'll peel this off, and that's going to give us a place to put all our silicone. We're going to silicone the hell out of that. Okay, and then the top pad. Let's do a review. Okay, this is patched up with the S18. Oh, by the way, this can, 8 ounces. I probably have less than a ½ ounce left. So you're using a lot of it. So definitely get the 8 ounce can. Okay, not pretty, but it'll work. We added extra holes, blah, 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 blah. Okay. The port that went through here in the back, we got lucky. How do I explain this? This did not come out perfect, obviously. And we had to cheat a little bit this way because of this edge. And I really don't want to peel this up, but well, you can't see it. So we made the edge. So we had to cheat a little bit. If I knew we had to cheat, I would have cut it different. Just, maybe if I had to do it again, I would have just offset a little bit more to the left. But it's okay. The port was here, and then this hole, the pre-hole here, the pre-drilled hole or whatever. Was sitting right on top of that port, so it would have came out full blast right here. You want to distribute it all over the pad, right? So what we did was we patched this, because on this one you're cutting a lot of it out, so you have some spare pieces of this, and I just made a big 3/4 inch patch, S18. She's patched, she's good. Okay, so that's how it looks back there, or here. This is still a working, not that, no, we got it. I mean, I just gotta we took it apart because we were playing around with something. Obviously it gets drilled, la 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 la. But now when I put it on, I'm gonna put a bead of silicone around here, put it up there. Here we cut into the foam, and that's where our vent will go, about here. So she'll have, this is, there you go. There you go. Technically, this is our no-go line. In other words, the mat pocket is right here, but it's okay. We'll put the vent plate right here, and we'll be fine there. Okay. We bench tested the lumbar and all that, because this goes up and down, in and out. But we bench tested all because I got that battery, and we're good. And believe it or not, you know, as luck would have it, we're here, right? And I don't know if you could see, we got, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch, whatever you want to call it. But when you sit down in the seat, it actually pushes out a little bit to our advantage. So we're good there. All right. I'll probably do another video of the same, but that's how we roll here. Testing, testing, testing. Always testing before a final fit. There's nowhere else to look on how to do this in an Accord. Never mind with a cage back there. They call it a cage. But that's how we liked it. We can't send this thing up because this thing is moving and everything else. This was the only spot. Remember, I know it's on this side. That's great. That's where it's got to be. But on this side, right here, we dremeled to that line, and we dremeled to that line. Okay? Your cut here is very, very important. But it can be done. Always checking, rechecking, reconfiguring. Here we go. Underneath the driver's seat. This hasn't changed. Tied up. Zip tie. Went through here. Got to cut that off. This guy ain't going nowhere. I can move the whole damn seat. All right, so he's in. You saw all that. Zip tie over there. And we didn't have a need to put a zip tie here. We still might put a zip tie here, but this is okay. We put the box under here on this seat. We disconnected this clip that anchors it to the seat. So what's going to happen is one of the ventilated seat harnesses is going to be here, and we're going to put it together so it doesn't move. All right, so this is driver's seat bottom. Now we're going to wire it up. Okay, before I put the cover
Actually,
on,
you might see it later of the video.
and I don't know
The
what
fan where it is now.
I'm just doing another video.
We check,
Okay.
right? We still made a mistake. I had to move that fan up about
Cut out
an
some of the
inch
foam.
because
Cut
we
out more
came
than you
too
need
close
because
to the mat pocket.
you know, it's
But
tight.
the final
So
thing
this
was
is gonna
the
actually, like,
it
oh my
was
God, we
moved
got
up.
plenty.
I used another piece of
We
ductwork,
kinda do,
and it moved up about a half an inch, and
Okay.
that was good.
But this, when you squeeze it, is going to come in a little bit or a lot. I don't know. I'm squeezing it excessively, and we still got plenty of room here for the clearance, so we're okay there. Okay. You know this thing goes up, down, in, up, down, in and out. That's fantastic. Okay, that's our exhaust pipe. Zip tied. I think I got one screw in here. Got one. Yeah, another screw in here. They call them stinger screws. You know it already. And that's your exhaust. Okay, I just got to cut these. We drilled 2 holes. One hole here. One hole here through the frame to catch the ears. I took this ear off. Okay, little hole, whatever could fit the, I don't remember the size of the hole, whatever fits your zip ties. Alright, you'll need small zip ties. They give you plenty of zip ties in the kit, but I did use a lot of these little ones. Okay, these are probably 4 inches or so. Alright. Driver's seat. Clean that up. Okay, put it on. That's that reticulated foam that's been glued. Really, really nice. Hog rings. Okay. You could do this all. We do the bottom off the car. This you should do while it's on the car because you got the airbag and all that crap. So it's got to be done on the car, on the seat. Okay. Driver's side, even the passenger side. Just do the backs while it's still on. Yeah, you don't have a choice. Okay. Another update on the driver's side. Oh boy. Okay. Basically it's the same thing. However, I have this back of the thing on my head here. Okay. If you look at the video before this, see this is a double. I had to use a double here because I had to bring the fan up. I had to bring the fan up about 1/4 of an inch for clearance for the map pocket. Our measurements were off by 1/4 of an inch. Oh well, but you see the double there? That's what you have to do. This zip tie is for the duct. This zip tie there is for the wiring harness in the back that you can't see. Again, you notch out your foam. And there is your attachment point right there. Okay, there you go. I think we could have made the exhaust a little bit longer, but we'll cut around it. We'll make it work. If you have the opportunity, you can make it longer. I don't know if it needs to, but I have a funny feeling you do. Alright, so that's the back. Then I cut the curtain. There's a curtain here. Okay. Because you see the little, there you go. You see I cut it out. This way here we could put our vent back here. Okay. The seats are ready to go into the car. I figured I would tell you what I did last. Okay. What did we do? Okay. You saw the TED unit. Okay, she's in with zip ties. That's in with a zip tie.
That's in with a zip tie, and that's okay. All right. You know, you zip tying all the wires, obviously. Again, you can refer to this video for the routing. That's why I just let it run. But here's the thing, and you know what? Even with the passenger, this is the driver, which the seat goes every which way, right? So, ooh, I know I forgot to do something on that side. Okay. Good thing I made this video. Tessa tape. I don't know how many times I brought that up. Okay? Tessa tape all the way underneath here. You have to give yourself 8 inches of play here because the seat's going to be moving every different which way. Okay? So we got it here, we got it zip tied, then we zip tied it here, and it comes out. Remember which side your console's on, depending on the whether it's the driver or a passenger side, okay? Again, Tessa tape. That black tape that was wrapped around it, you could see scuff marks on it. It already went through just by stepping on it and working on it and pinching it or whatever. Tessa tape is your friend. Definitely buy a roll. It's the exterior one that goes under the hood, the wire loom tape that goes under the hood. Okay, that's the exhaust. Oh wow, you can actually see the copper of the TED right through it. That's your exhaust pipe that goes down. You're not going to see that once it's in the car, but remember you need this, you know, loopy loop here. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about, okay? If you're able to do this job, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't do the job. But you need play here for the seat movement. All right? Okay. I guess the next video, if I remember, I don't know. Obviously, these are going in the car. Okay, the Tessa tape guy right here. You'll see when the seats are out, there's a seam in the carpet, and you run it right to your center console. And I have an amp and a subwoofer, so I know I got power there. I know you got power in the console itself because of the cigarette lighter or whatever the hell you want to call it today. Power port or whatever, you tap off
Voice over here.
Switched.
If you see
Right?
the,
This has to be done with a switch
fan,
power.
it's upside down, not
And
recommended.
Leather.com,
However,
Leatherseats.com has the wiring for the 5-point
I have
relay. I don't
spacers
have to go
there,
through that, or maybe
and
I
there's
will,
an
I don't
inch to grab
Okay.
fresh air, so nothing's
All
clogging that fan. It's got an inch. I made it with
know. I
spacers.
guess I just want to tell you, it's a lot of work. Took me a week. I had a helper here and there. It's a lot of work. It really is. But you do save a lot of money. Okay, so be as it may. If you're an idiot like me and you want ventilated seats, this is what you do. I'm not going to upgrade my car. So you can live without them? Yeah, you can. But like I said, I gave myself $1,000 budget and that's it. So we came in, and I want to thank Tim over at leatherseats.com. That guy knows his stuff. And if you have a problem in your install, you could talk to him. Or you could just laugh at me and say you're an idiot for spending all this time and money. But for each his own. All right? There you go.
Okay, now we're doing the switches.
The only place I found where it would actually make sense would be here.
There's a whole lot of business going on underneath. Basically, it's the mounting for this. However, there's a lot of screws holding it up. Obviously, this side, no. So if I hit where the boss is or whatever, where the screws are, I'll just glue it up because there's still three other screws here.
but this is the only place I could actually find that would work. General purpose bit from Dremel. Let's say it's good for plastic. This router type of thing here. I drilled 2 holes. I'm gonna clean that out and then send the router through it. And go slow because you don't want to melt the plastic. You want to cut the plastic. It has to be slow. It'll take a while. And that's about it. The seats are in the car, not wired up yet. No clearance issues, which was fantastic. So now we're doing switches and power. All right, there you go. Okay, just to let you know, the tape was a bad idea. You know, whatever you template it out, you template it out. But write your marker on the plastic itself. The tape was picking up, starting to rip, and blah, 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 blah. So what I'm going to do is take an Ofel knife and just cut the tape, and then that'll be my border. Okay? Okay, after the Dremel router thing, whatever, that's what you got. They're still too narrow, so now with a regular Dremel bit or whatever, I'll just trim away till it fits. Okay, that's your bottom that you're going to have to get rid of when you flip it over. But so far, so good. Alrighty, look what we got here. Switches are in. I thought, and you know what? measure, whatever. But I thought I was going to lose that little corner, but no, obviously I was wrong. A little bit of the molding, whatever you want to call it there. Okay. We lost the corner plastic of this, but screw is still good. Bite's really nice, perfect. Never. All the original screws are here. Okay. Came out really good. There are your switches. Okay, one would say if it's straight, who the fuck knows? I don't know. Okay, who cares? Don't care. If you stare at it, you can see it's a little off, and that's because of the tape. That tape messed me up. When you make it templates, template it, but don't use tape, because that messed me up. I had to move things around, and that's what I got out of it. All right, but it looks good. Okay. Okay, let's go through some of the wiring here. This is for a Honda Accord. It'll probably work for other vehicles, but for your Honda Accord. A couple of things were misleading from the original video of leatherseats.com, but they supplied me with a little sketch real quick, and this is what we got. The trigger wire, that is the wire that is switched. Okay? Constant. Obviously a hot red one. Okay? Your fuse line and your other fuse line. System A is the driver's seat. System B is the passenger seat. And basically you got to tie the red wire from the driver's seat to the red wire to the passenger seat that I'm sitting on. Okay? And all the grounds don't matter. They all go to one central location. So what we do for a trigger? Well, if you look down here, you might see other wires here, and that's because of the stereo system. Okay? This is your power port in your console. Okay? The green wire is your hot wire. It's switched, so when you turn the car off, there's no power there. Okay? Constant. Okay? All right, so the switch is to 85. Constant, which goes to 30. Okay?
you would have to go to your fuse box and run 24/7 red hot wire through your console. I happen to have a hot wire underneath my seats because I got an amp and a subwoofer under there. But that's what you need there. You need a constant 12. You get it from the fuse box over there. Or if you have something else here, I couldn't tell you. It's just I had one, so it was a no-brainer for me. Ground. Relay 86. There's little numbers on the relay. And this way you know the numbers. Okay, so if you look down there, focus, come on, down there. Yeah, okay, good. You'll see a bunch of ground wires. That's a factory ground location right there. That's a factory ground location. Main ground to the relay. And two other grounds. One ground is from the driver's seat, and then the other ground is from the passenger seat, and that baby blue wire is the factory ground. Okay, so what does all that mean? Well, I'll tell you. This here, which I didn't wire up yet, all right, that is from my switched ground, that green wire. Switch, which means to them, the trigger. All right, that trigger is going to go in 80. That trigger is going to go in 85. Okay. My constant here, get away. Here's my constant. Okay, that goes to terminal number 30. Okay, I don't know if you noticed. You know me. Tessa tape. Got it? Tessa tape. Use it everywhere. Okay. This here is a ground. Okay, this is number 86. So this ground leads to the ground of the car, plus the other two that you manually sent across. Okay. And then here's the, I won't say tricky, but if you really didn't pay attention. Okay. One red wire comes from the driver's seat. One red wire comes from the passenger seat. You join them together, and they go to 87. Okay, I don't know if you could see the numbers. Oh yeah, see that? I just saw it a second ago. There you go. See how they're numbered? That's 87 right there. Okay? They both join together. They both got two 50-amp fuses. Okay, I got to be totally honest. You know, when I put the stereo system and the amp and all that, I soldered everything. I'm going to just show this so we have it. Okay, when I did my stereo system in this car, I always solder, and that's fine. Always solder. I spent a week on this. I'm tired. I want to put it to bed. This is like one of my last steps. So I must admit, I use spades and I use crimp connectors or what have you. But whatever I did also had the built-in shrink wrap on the connectors where it shrinks. So that's good, you know, with the heat gun. And all my terminals are going to be covered in Tessa tape, because that stuff is amazing. And let me show you. Oh, well, let me see if you could see this. The factory had their stuff on it, which is that fabricy stuff. Fabricy stuff? That's a word. You know, I pulled it back a little bit, and all it does is leave glue or tar or whatever. I just use Tessa tape, and Tessa tape doesn't do that. And let me tell you something, the hot heat. I mean, you get in the car here in Florida, you know how hot it is. It's like being on the sun. And this Tessa tape that's made for under the hood works great. And again, if you're going to do the job, you got to get some. All right, that's all I could think of right now. I guess the next time you see this. So there's plenty of room down there to mount the relay. I just don't know where it's going to go. All right, and I would probably go over the relay once I get my last one on there. I'll go over with the Tessa tape so these guys don't get disconnected or what have you. Okay, those are your buttons. Okay, those are your buttons. There's your seat. 76.4, 76. Seats off, 76.3. Okay, just turn them on. It does take, I don't know, I want to say a minute. Okay, no ventilation on the 76. Ventilation on 74. There you go, 72. 75.6. 71. 70. 70. The sun, do you see that? What the sun does to you? And these windows are tinted. Even the front windshield is tinted. Okay, 69. Again, this is hot Florida. That's why, listen, it's a lot. Well, that's 75. So the sun is right there, I guess. 76.1, 72. Go to the shade, 68. Go to the shade, 74. 74. Yeah, it's about the same. Whatever. 67. 69. There's a little behind, again, because of the sun. 67. 67. 74. Okay, 68. Oh, sorry. Where are we here? 68. 68. 68. I don't know what that is. 68. 68. 68. 67. 72, 73, 66. See, we're coming down. Okay, 73.1, 66. Ooh, that's bad, right? Wanted to see if we were going to go under 66 at this point. Moved it up, no AC, 72, 66, 65.9. Yeah, she'll get cooler and cooler. I was driving the car on my seat. I actually had to lower it. That's how cool it is. I had to put mine. Oops. Ah, damn it. Okay. Now we gotta stall over again because I turned the heat on by accident. Okay, so 72.8, 65.8, 71, 76, 68. Because I hit the heat by accident. She'll come back down. So yeah, there's a nice differential. But that's where I was driving the car. It got too cold, even for me. It was too cold. When you turn it on full blast, yeah, it's great. Oh, okay. It gets a little too cold, so you just knock it down one. Okay, we're going to go back to our 66 again. I'm assuming we might get 75 out of it. but they are 72. 66. Put the phone down for a second. Oops. Oh, go back again. Sorry. Let's do another set. Okay. 65, 6. 71, 72. Where's the sun? Okay, 68 in this little corner. 66 versus 71. 5 degrees. But no, it feels awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It definitely works. And I know what you're saying. Oh, you know, oh, it's only 6, 7 degrees. Yeah, it is, but that's actually a lot. And then when you're in the car, I mean, it's 84 right now. I got my car is cool. I got the AC at 68, so it's actually 68 in here, which is nice. But you actually feel it's colder. It's colder on your butt. See, yeah, I knew I would felt it. It's actually colder than the car is. Okay, it's actually colder than what the car is. What you set your, see, it's 68 there, and it's 66 here. Seat's cooler than the environment in your cabin. So this stuff worked great. The ventilated system worked great. Again, that's where I'm at. Is there a nice bright blue color? And I can care about the heat. I don't even want to bother with the heat. But actually, you know what? I should bother with the heat, right? Because just in case somebody wants to know about the heat. Okay, so now. Ooh, okay, see, I messed that up. Okay. I wonder if it has to go through a reset thing. I bet you it does. Let's, alright, let's turn that off. Now let's turn on the heat. That's the heat, this guy. There you go. Fans are coming on. Okay, 72.5. $74. Yeah, okay. My phone's a little too far away. 82, 80. No heat, 72. Heat, 86, 89. See that? 72 points, whatever, 72.7. And we go to the heat, almost 93. So yeah, you're making heat here. 80, 79, 80. I must hit up, like, there must be a circle of the vent here, so that's why it's hotter. But when you sit down, it, you know, kind of not crushes, but it can. That's why the pad is a pretty cool thing. It's got nooks, crannies, and everything else, and you could tell by the design, it's made for, like, when you sit and your butt or your back hits it, you're squeezing certain areas, so then the air comes out other areas, if that sounded right. But because it compresses in one area but still lets the heat through to the rest of the seat, it's actually pretty good. 84. All right, so yeah, that's the heat. Now you turn it off by going one less, two less, done. So there you go. And that's about it. And it fit with the subwoofer underneath. It's a little tight. I might get a smaller subwoofer. I'm not a bass head. I just like the subwoofer just to fill in the sound. That's about it. All right, because I've done a lot of things on this car. Subwoofer here, kick a key amp under my seat, full stereo control, Alpines in all the factory locations. The stereo sounds awesome. Put in a radar detector hard mounted. with the blend mount, the real one, not the Chinese one. And then that's my bass knob over there. See, I even keep it down. I mean, it is what it is. All right, so yeah, overall success. All right, you have any questions? You can flame me all you want, whether it's worth it or not, and I totally understand that. But it's worth it for me. Okay, you'll need a week. A week of Sundays, as they call
to
it.
Dan
Unless you
the
have
man
a buddy
who
helping
helped
you
me with this project.
every time you do it. And,
Everybody
it'll go
needs a
lot
Dan
faster.
the man to help them.
Any question, leave a comment.
Thank you, Dan.
I kind of gave you an outline what needs to be done. You got to use your head a little bit, but it's doable. It really is. And to me, it's worth it. Okay, thanks for watching the video.